imagine you like literally punching the bear in the jaw and yelling, "In the name of the Republic, you shall not get my food!" It's like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? It's like, it's a freaking killing machine. I'm clearly going to give it the food at that point. I don't like. They might make it tougher for other people to survive this bear, but I got to survive it first for other people to even find the bear. But let's see. If the bear is stationary, move away slowly and sideways. This allows you to keep an eye on the bear and avoid tripping. I was about to say, why in the world sideways?
Hey, man, if a bear's right in front of me, I'm already tripping.
Man, also, do not run. Man, do not climb a tree.
Well, I mean, both grizzlies and black bears can climb trees. Oh, yeah, they can climb it, but I mean, it seems like it'd be a lot harder to get you if you climbed a tree, I think.
Leave the area or take a detour. If this is impossible, wait until the bear moves away. And always leave the bear an escape route. Be especially cautious if you see a female with cubs.
Yeah. So Klaus was just reading a few different articles. I know it wasn't even recording. I know you all heard it, but for the other class, we kind of gotta do an overlay. Yeah, it's okay. Well, it was funny because we were looking up doing the BCI history. Yeah, and someone said when they initially put in the early development for the BCI, they got the state of Maine, early development childhood learning centers, and they also got the Faith Bible College, FBCI, located in Charleston, Maine, which is a Pentecostal institution dedicated to training Christian leaders, offering programs and theological studies with a focus on graduating students debt-free, formerly known as Faith School of Theology. It prepares students for ministry as pastors, missionaries, and educators. Yeah, so the BCI, the implants we were talking about, it's interesting. You got Early Child Development Learning Centers and the Faith Bible College of Maine when looking that up. So the early development of the BCIs that we were looking into, they do this sometimes in class, and over the years it's amazed us, the lack of education, just public talk about those things. I think others at that level are wondering why too a lot of news outlets and people don't discuss it, and there's so much secrecy, lack of knowledge and awareness, and yeah, it's pretty scary when you start getting into some of the developments and things that are being created with those things, and then many people just not even being educated. I think the level of crime and how a lot of the ones doing the criminal acts kind of just, like the other things, feed it and peddle it out to the youngsters to play with. So there's just so much of it that it's hard to trace things. But when people can trace things, that's when you start to see doctors and scientists and law enforcement, private investigators, innocent citizens, people who deserve it, start to disappear, weird suicides and accidents. And it's usually nothing to do with the development of those things or having any kind of inside information or releasing top secret info and sharing insider information. It has nothing to do with that. Usually the people that disappear or wind up dead are those that get a whiff of these cases where we're talking about some of the worst abuse with the child and animal pornography, severe abuse, people being abused, tortured. A lot of people, oftentimes, they don't even know they're being abused. The level of cases, when you start getting into some of these drugs and capabilities and abuse, it gets really bad. I mean, you think some of the stuff we've talked about and shown is bad. It gets way worse. Right, so when you start looking into the early development back in the 60s and 70s and the human implants, in the 90s and 2000s, primarily aimed at restoring function for individuals with severe paralysis. Key milestones included the development of the Utah array, which is a neurotropic electrode, early human trials for controlling computer cursors and robotic arms. Now, a lot of the ones they don't talk about, the implants that were being done unbeknownst to people, not part of really trials or anything, but being watched. Right, when you look at some of the probationary things, trackers, and how that helped with a lot of different investigations too, right? Because, I mean, when they're implanting people that are part of cartel families, I know when some of them know that what's going on and you're compromised. That's why people usually oftentimes will stay away from you, aside the fact that you're annoying and you don't do their drugs or want to peddle them. Yeah, they usually want nothing to do with you. You know, we were disowned from that sector of the family when we were kids. I remember being teenagers, you know, we liked to drink alcohol and we smoked pot, but we did not like those harder drugs, really. Made us sick. We've never used a needle and never would. As far as that, I mean, when you get into, being in the hospital, they've had to stick a needle in me. But I've never used a needle as far as injecting heroin or other drugs. Yeah, I know Suboxone, a lot of them were injecting. Back about 10, 15 years ago, there was a concern there with people from the methadone clinic and others that were getting into doing the Suboxone. First, they didn't want nothing to do with it. And then once people realized, well, you have to be able to get a certain amount. Remember that? Getting it passed to be able to get more prescribed. Yeah, no, I remember this because the methadone clinic could prescribe it for withdrawal, but people could only get like a 1/16 of a milligram. So to get more than that, you'd have to get it prescribed for pain. And then they could give you up to 24 milligrams a day. Yeah, it's a pretty dangerous drug. Suboxone has long been used. It's like Project Orange type stuff. It's a suicide drug. It was undetectable, you know, so it would just look like they had a heart attack or something. Yeah, absolutely horrible. I mean, those networks, the same ones, and traveling bands like these fucking psychos, the Make-A-Wish people, and cancers and different things. And when you see the connections with these families, if you want to get into certain kinds of families, and the funding and the money they get with those kind of things, and the treatment and prevention that they ignore, as though people are crazy to even suggest less stress, heavy metal cleanse. Right, I mean, different things. They freak out as though they're fucking crazy witch doctors gonna make you drink carrot juice and eat maggots, and all the kids are gonna die of cancer. They're not gonna get the proper treatment. Right, and then when you have the hospitals filling up with kids with brain tumors and leukemia, and they directly connected a lot of those cancers being caused by vaccines back in the 90s. Yeah, they covered a lot of that up with the AIDS stuff. Watch out, Magic Johnson. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Some guy fucked a monkey. Oh, yeah? Yeah, it gets really old, Farfik Nugan. Right, so when you understand these things and the early development and people being implanted for a lot of different reasons, and over the years, you know, lifestyles of the rich and famous, they get them implanted for wrinkles. They get them implanted in their face, some different chakra centers. Right. I mean, when you really start looking into it and the stuff that has been being developed and where are they developing these things in the labs and the people involved, and everyone is just sworn to secrecy. I am a robot. Yeah, it gets old. So, yeah, just a lack of conversation about those things and everybody just out for themselves and their own little security and not really educating people. But, I mean, they have their own little secret info parties where you pay money to get insider info. Like, okay. Where do you get your insider info from? Well, they get it from people like us that are actually experiencing these things. We're already dead, and our children are in the fucking hands of sick, murderous pedophiles. And it amazes us how this has gone on for so long and people ignoring it, and the level of people that do know about it and how they kind of play stupid. And they have to, right? It's for the better. You don't even want to mention it. Right, so when there's so many elephants that people don't want to mention, and that's what's getting a lot of people killed and fucking a lot of our education systems and funding programs for those in need, and then they want to ignore that. Well, they're all criminals, not alcoholics. You can give them money. They're just going to go spend it on drugs as they pop their fucking pills. Where's my joy button? Joy, it's not working. They're so fucking stupid. I hate these fucking people so bad. So anyways, much love, health, and peace to the rest of you. I love you all so much. Thank you for all the time that a lot of you have been putting into trying to help bring clarity and understanding to reality that so many don't want to look at. Yeah, they're psychotic pieces of shit. They really are. But yeah, so anyways, it's interesting when you start looking into the history there and actually understanding the capability, the development, the labs, all these things, the connections with these groups and traveling bands, producers, feeders, chasers, info wars, frequency wars, bioweapons. Get those food dyes! I'm sorry, those fucking nasty people. You try to have hope, and you see, they look like good people, you know, but I guess they're just nasty, entitled pieces of shit like the rest of them. You're never really surprised. We don't really hold our breath too much with anyone, but we sure do love it when they come through. Give me an example of people that come through. In what way? Like Tim Dillon? Or David Wilcock, yeah. Ben Shapiro. You'd be surprised. Don't let that thing on his head scare you. What do they call that thing again? I was going to call it a dreidel, but I know that's not it. It's a yarmulke. What is it? What's the thing that Jewish people wear on their head? Yiddish. Yarmulke. Pronounced yarmulke. It's to signify reference, the fear of God, and to serve as a reminder of a higher being watching over them. Ave Maria. Just remember the teacher-student thing, right? Ah, Daniel-san. I know, and the teacher can learn so much from the student. And then the teacher is the student, and the student is the teacher, always. Right, it's just sometimes one might be getting paid as a teacher. Right. And so then one's going to feel, yeah, like they're just not their worth. Like they're teaching too, so why aren't they getting paid? Right, so you just learn those things. Right, it's like painting. You're painting. Now, some people get paid to paint, but look at you paint. Why aren't you getting paid for it? They are. These are really simple things to understand, right? Talking, yes, we talked about this yesterday. Some people get paid to talk. Some people get paid to shut the fuck up. Some people just talk for fun or because it helps with communication. Sometimes it can make it harder. Just be like, sometimes it's best just to not say anything at all. More than words. Yeah. Then you wouldn't have to say that I'm a piece of shit, 'cause I already know. What would you say if I took those words away? Sorry. Next class. We're going to go to reading class. We're going to do some stretches. We're going to make a coffee. Oh my gosh. I love our morning chit chats sometimes. But sometimes, pop goes the weasel. You're welcome. Thank you, my dear.